Most backend developers learn SQL backward. So they learn Django ORM first, and they learn how to write like something like user.object.filter is active equals to true, and it works. And so they move on. But they don't, when their application starts slowing down, when queries are slow, they don't really know what is going on, or when the queries return a wrong data, they cannot really understand how to optimize this. And when they are asked in interview to write a join operation, they are left clueless because what they have been using is Django ORM or an ORM that help them to hide the SQL command under the hood. So now they realize that, okay, now they actually like understood what is happening. So this video is going to like fix that now for backend developers that you don't really understand how this SQL do this behind the scene, and this is going to be useful for you to have a better understanding of why you should run this or why you should use a certain command in your ORM, and why and how to answer some interview questions. So we're going to be working today entirely using psql. That's the Postgres command line. So we're not going to be using ORM. They're not going to be using any abstraction layer. So just run SQL against a real database. By the end of this video, you will be able to write the queries that power every backend application that you will ever build, and you will understand exactly what your ORM is doing when you ask it to fetch a related data. So the database you're looking at now is a small e-commerce shop. We have users table, the product table, and the orders table. Just 3 tables here. So you can see here, we create a user table, right? So this is the command I used to create this table. We have a product table. We have orders table. So these are the few things we have, and then we insert this user into them. Then we insert this product into the table, and also we insert these orders into the table. So this is what we are doing. So now every query you ever write now is going to start with select, right? So select, now let's build up from the simplest version of queries you will actually see and you use every day. So but first I want to connect my database. So right here, I'm connected to my Chop database right here, right? So what you will use here, the most thing you will always use here is the select. So if you go to select here, so I'm going to write like if you want to try and select from this shop table here, so I'm going to write select from users, right? So this is how I'm going to select from users. But before that, let me show you the table we have in this Postgres. So I'm just going to zoom this a bit. Yes. So the table we have in this Postgres now is, you can see it by just saying /dt. So here now you can see our 3 tables that was created using this command. So let's say I want to see all the users here. Right here now, I can see the users that we have in this database, right? From the table users, this is the values we have. We have the name, we have the ID first, the name, the email, then the date it was created, right? So we can just continue going further here now. We have 3 tables, users, product, and others. So let me show you what each one of them you can do with this table now. So let me show you, like, this is the table we have here now. So I want to show you, before we start writing queries now, I want to show you what is in each one of them. So I'm just going to write here now. This is like me. Okay, this is my user now. This is my table. And I've showed you what we have in this user table. But let's say I want to show you what we have in product and others. So I can just go ahead and copy this now. Let's see. So we can see right here now, this is our user again, this is our product, and this is what we have in this product, just 5 rows, and this is what we have in our order. So let's see if we can make this better. Okay, yes, this is way better now, well formatted, right? This is what we have in our order right here. So we have 5 users, 5 products, and notice that the last one here now, right, we can see this Docker deep dive. You can see the stock here is just 0, right? That's 0 stock. 8 others separate across other users. So this data will be queried from in the next few minutes and the next few videos. So every query you ever write starts with select, which is something you can see here now. So let's be taught from the simplest version of queries that you will actually use every day. So we see this select from users here now, and what we see here now when we use asterisk, so this star now means all columns. So you see in this development now, you are not in production, right? So it's expensive and fragile if you're in production. So always give the name of a column you want to fetch the data for, like that when you're in production. So let's say if I want to fetch let's say now I want to comment these two lines now, and let's say I want to just get the ID, the name, and the email. I'm going to say something like ID, name, email. This is how I want to work in production. For my queries, I don't want to just say all. Right, I want to fetch it this way. Right, you see the ID, you see the name, I will see the email. Just like that. So I'm naming everything I want like that. So here now you can say I'm not fetching created at because I did not name it. So 3 columns instead of 4. That's smaller payload, faster query. And this is, it matters when your application is in a bigger scale. Right, so you want to make sure you are naming the column you want to fetch. So let's now talk about, okay, now what you now to see another type of query you'll be seeing is when you are filtering. So if you want to filter right here, what you are going to do here is, can I zoom in better here? Okay, no, that's too much. Okay, if you want to filter right here, what you're going to be doing now, so we have select. So I'm just going to come here now. So we are selecting ID, we are selecting name, we are selecting email. So we want to write from where? So I want to say from users now. So I'm selecting this from users, and this is where I cannot say, I want to say where email now is equals to, I cannot say where email is equals to Drew at example.com. So now where here now filters which row. So now it filters which row come back. This is the most common clause you will write in almost every query you're having. It filters which row come back from the application. So I'll just go ahead and run this now. Let's copy this. Sit here. Alright, so let me just make this in one line. So here now we can see that yes, it's filtering that now is returning with the exact thing we wanted there, right? So the next thing we want to do now is, so let's say, okay, now we want to filter something now. I want to filter products. I want to find some products, right, in the product table. So I'm just going to say instead now, I want to filter using this where, from, and where clause. So I'll say filter, then I want to select name and price column. Then I want to pick it from product, where the product is, let me say, where the product is less than $40. And I'm going to end it this way. So I should copy this now, paste it right here. You can see here now we are getting the products where the products are less than $40. That's filter working there. So you can see your SQL code here now is working just like how we want it to work. So another thing right here now, okay, now let's say we want to have multiple conditions with and. If you want to have multiple conditions with and, conditions with and, so I'm just going to select like, okay, so I'm just going to come back here. So also I want to have stock here. So I want to know like the numbers of things we have in the stock. So I want to have stock here. Then I'm selecting from products. So where this is less than $50 itself, but I am not stopping there, right? So where is less than $50 and I want to add another clause and stock is greater than 0. So I cannot stop it here now. So I should copy this right here, and paste it here. Here now we can see that here now we are returning where stock is greater than 0, but also the price is less than $50. So if I should remove this last part here now, where the price is just less than $50, that it will be different, right? We get this Docker deep dive. This Docker deep dive was returned because there was not that AND clause, but we did not have it here because there was that AND clause that says the stock must be greater than 0. So that means that both condition must be true, and all means either condition can be true, right? Notice that Docker deep dive here now, it has a price. It meets the range of the former clause here. It meets this range, right? But the stock is not greater than 0. So that's why it was not returned there. So another type of query that you will use commonly is this order by limit. So when we say order by limit, what you are going to have is, okay, I'm just going to leave this right there and I'm going to remove the stock. So order by limit here now, we are going to have it like, okay, we want from product now, we want to order by and limit, not order by limit. So I want to like have say something like order by price, then I want to order it in descending way, right? I want to like make this descend. So I'm just going to go ahead. Okay, that was a mistake. Okay, let me just clear this first. All right, so let's connect again. All right, so we are back. So let me copy this now. It's here. So here now we can see that this is ordered in a descending by the price. In a descending order by the price, right? You can see that the highest price is ordered first, then the product to the least price is down here, and here we have just 5 products. So we cannot say we want, but this is an expensive thing. Let's just say we just need like 3 out of this column. That's where limit comes in. So we can come here now and just say we want to have a limit of 3. So if I should run this now and set want a limit of 3, it's just going to return 3 rows. So order by sort it now. So DESC means descending. That's the highest first. If I should use ASC, this is going to give me in ascending way, right? Ascend. So let me just paste now, and you see this is giving me an ascending format, which is like the least first, right? So limit is going to cap how many rows you get back. So in a real API, you will use limit for pagination, right? Pagination. So you can say, I want to give me the first 20 products on this page, on page 1, then the next 20 on page 2. So that's where your API will be faster. It doesn't have to give all the query at once, to query all the products in the database at once.